Welcome, travelers, champions, heroes, and villains, to the adventure. Gonna try a little something new for our Sunday. We're gonna play a game I played a lot when I was younger in high school. Magic the Gathering. This is the Magic Arena application. I think that's on phone now and PC and all sorts of other fun things. I have completed the basic tutorial because it's boring. If you have any idea how to play, it really kind of hammers home like the main ideas of power and toughness of creatures. We'll go over that during the beginning. So this is a like fresh install. We have up in the corner, we got no gold, we got no diamonds. We're going to do this free to play style. We're going to play with basic decks, basic everything. But to start off with, we have to unlock PvP by doing computer controlled things of varying colors. I think we'll eventually go through all of them, but black's a great color. Not my favorite. Favorite's green, but I like the concepts of black, and usually it's a good one to start off with. So we're going to start off getting upgrades for our black deck as we proceed through computer-controlled opponents. Right now we're fighting Vivian Reed. I believe these are all Planeswalkers. I haven't kept up with all the lore and such of Magic the Gathering. Back in my day, it was Urza Saga and stuff, so date myself. But basic introduction, if you're not used to Magic, we have instants in our hands. They can be played at any given point in time. We have creatures, which are going to be your main attacking force. The numbers in the lower right-hand corner, the 1/1. The one on the left is its power, how hard it hits. The one on the right is its toughness, how much damage it can take before it dies. If damage to a creature ever meets or exceeds its damage, it dies, except for in certain niche cases where certain abilities take place, but for the most part, that's it. In the upper right, you see a black skull and just a 1. That is the land cost for the card. The black symbol is for swamps, the skull, and the colorless can be anything else. So every turn you can play 1 land, which we are going to do, and then you have a phase then where you can play anything else that we can play up to. We have a Typhoid Ratch, which only costs 1, so we can do that. It has Death Touch, which means it will kill anything it successfully damages, which is great for big monsters. And we have Compound Fracture, which gives a target creature -1/-1, which means its power and toughness will go down by 1. So if toughness ever reaches 0 as well, it'll just die. So it's great. It's an additional -1/-1 until end of turn for each card named Compound Fracture. So each one you play gets stronger. We don't really need to at the moment. And we skip over to combat. We'll attack with our rats. You'll notice we could play one of the vampire warriors, but we didn't do it just because you usually want to do that afterwards in case they want to do something tricksy. You want to have your lands ready to cast things like the Compound Fracture. Also not really tell what you're doing. Just got a 1/1 creature that can tap for extra lands. Whenever a creature and opponent dies, yes. We will play land though. And we will also kill their creature so that ours can get bigger, and it removes everything in our path. Yeah. End turn. It's got another one. Let it resolve. And we're going to kill that one too. We're going to do it on their turn so that our lands will be available for use on our turn in case we draw something outstanding. Although I guess technically we probably should have waited so we could have played that vampire and made it bigger, but and so forth. The goal is obviously to reduce your opponent's life points to 0 in the end by usually attacking with creatures, sometimes with some spells and such. Yeah, I'll just attack with you. See if he blocks. Oh. That's fine. Do you want any creature or just an opponent creature? 7/6. Yikes. Alright, well, we shall kill that. Some tokens. We will not attack into that 7/6 monstrosity. Oh, Lord. Alright, well, we gained another rat, so we at least have that going for us. If we can draw one more land, we can play our big old demon, which will be great because it flies. Oh, jeez. No. It's not what I... Okay. Every worm on the planet. Alright, we got an instant Moida, which is nice. Next, we're still not going to attack. We're just looking for one more land before we can play even more primordial garbages. Alright. So we got that. Oh. That was 6 lands. Crap. One more land. Next. No attacks. End turn. We're still holding on to our destroy creature because there's a chance that they will either play something bigger. Enters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 counters on each other creature you control named Baloth Packhunter. There's a chance it could do something that'll make something bigger, and we can interrupt that by, you know, killing it. Sorry, spaced out. Okay, we got that. We're gonna drop our big boy. They don't have reach, do they? Nope. Oh, okay. No attacks. We're holding him off. He's not attacking us because we have Death Touch creatures, so those big 7/6s, if they come over, we'll just be having some issues. And we are going to, ahead of time, kill you. Get our guys a little bit bigger. Next, we're going to attack with our Demon of Loathing, since nothing is too big. Nothing can block it. It's gonna get in there, and then he has to sacrifice a creature, so we got a free kill, making our other characters that much bigger. Excellent stuff. Oak form. In response to that, that's when we do stuff like murder, because then we kill his creature. His enchantment has nowhere to go, so he lost 2 cards for our 1 card. Excellent things. Now, normally in matches, you got enough land, you'd probably want to hold back a land in your hand just so your opponent thinks you have stuff like, say, a murder in your hand. It's a CPU. It doesn't care. We will send in our attacker, and we will win. Easy peasy victory. I mean, it's a computer. We're playing very basic decks so that you can kind of get the feel out of it. I mean, the game gets crazy as you go on and build insane stuff, but it's the basics. And then we have new cards. So we got this additional cast cost this, discard a card, cheap 5/5, convenient instep. If an opponent lost life this turn, it gets bigger. Excellent. It's a nice one. And just some basic 2/2 zombies, 3 for 2. They're not very good, which is why they got replaced. And we will play on to update the deck, make it be, quote, battle worthy eventually. All right, we're gonna throw down, and we're gonna throw down our sanitarium skeleton because we have it. Cruel Cut. Destroy target creature with power 2 or less. Instant. Fantastic. Let's get in with our little skeleton. Skeleton? Yeah. Yeah, if you look in the middle where it says creature skeleton, that shows what creature type it is. If you hadn't figured that out already. But if you're new, that's what you learn. Pass that. My turn. Get ourselves our swamp. I kind of regret my choices now. But... that could be interesting. But we're going to play our Gorger, because we're not going to do anything. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. That's obnoxious. Which is fine. Because that way we will actually just destroy you. Is it? No. We will next. We will all-out attack. So that when he theoretically decides to block, we will give it a -1/-1, making it a 1/1, making it so our creature can kill it. And we'll play another skeleton. Goes to our hand, right? Yep. So if these creatures die, we can pay 3 and get it back to our hand. That's obnoxious. Attack. Let it get bigger each time. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on that. Well, that is obnoxious. Actually, it's good enough to kill it right now. We're gonna kill it now before it gets crazy big. Like I said, normally you'd hold on to some stuff, but it's a CPU. I doubt it's programmed to be like, you should hold some stuff back because there's something in its hand. It probably knows what my hand is. Ugh. Obnoxious. Alright. Take that there. And attack. Pap. Now they're both going to get the +1/+1 counters. And he's probably going to die just from the air. Just keep the lands going because you can only play one of those a turn anyways. But next turn, you should be dead barring a massive amount of life gain. You'd have to gain 6 or more life in order for that to occur. Highly unlikely. Sure. We'll block it because we can. And we're going to pay right now to bring it back to our hand. That little eyeball symbol in the corner, upper left, it means that my opponent knows what that card is. Like, see over on their side, we just see the back of their card. On their end, they would be able to see what this card is, because obviously they saw it come back to our hand. That's why it's revealed. But, boom, we do that, play it out, and get in our attacks, and get our victory. Boom. Just like that. Again, relatively easy. This is kind of how old school Magic was. You just made a deck, you threw a bunch of creatures in, a few pump spells, kill spells here and there, and you had fun at the kitchen table or lunchroom table or whatever, wherever you played. So we are removing some garbage 2/1s and replacing them with a Nightmare and a Skeleton Archer, both of which are far better to a degree. The Nightmare costs a heck of a lot of mana, but in our deck, since it's all black, it'll be a minimum. As it costs 6 mana, it'll be a minimum of a 6/6, and it flies, so crazy good. Plus, if we just keep drawing land, it actually makes it stronger each turn. Good things. But it does cost a lot, so it'll take, in this deck, at least 6 turns to get it out. But that's fine. They're not giving us anything super crazy where people are just mashing out extra turns and blasting lightning bolts left, right, and center, although we are playing a red player this time, so you may see some lightning bolts left, right, and center. Which is actually really great for this card, because red usually uses a bunch of direct damage spells that just kill things, so this can just keep coming back. You know what? I would like to attack. Just because most players would maybe just let this go through. But CPUs, again, aren't players. And usually just do the math of like, my creature's bigger, so clearly I would attack. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Spellgorger Weird. Okay. We're going to kill that now, before it gets too big for us to kill. Unlikely 8, target creature gets +2 and 0 and gains indestructible until end of turn. And that's one of the things where normally when your creature goes down to 0 health, it will die. Indestructible means it's not gonna die for a turn. which is good. We'll get in with our 1 damage from our skeleton as we continue to work towards our nightmare. Since this is like a pre-journal-y thing, I don't know if you draw the same hand every time or if it's actually randomized. Normally it would be, but these are like challenges, so it might not be randomized. Vampire Opportunist does a lot of mana to make each opponent lose some life and you gain some life, but it's one of those things where late game when you're just stalling out, you can just be like, ha, I'm gonna slowly pop you for health and such. I'm gonna go next. We're gonna attack. We're going in to our unlikely aid. Get in there and see our creature's 0 health, but it didn't die. And then we cast our vampire. That is what Indestructible does. We got a Hurloon Minotaur, an old school card, just a 2/3 for 3. It's kind of garbage, but it's an old school card, so it maintains its impact. Yeah, so we'll do the same thing. Attack it out. Wait for him to block. We'll give the unlikely to aid to whichever one he blocks, which was very likely going to be the one with the higher power. But we got rid of the Minotaur. Alright. We got enough for our Nightmare. Throw down our attack. See if they had any direct damaging spells. Doesn't appear such. Nope, there he goes. Cool. That's direct damage. They gotta choose 2 damage to anything, which could have been any creature, or ourselves, or themselves if they really wanted to, or any of their creatures if they really wanted to. This is one of those times where I would advocate, even if you were in the game, to play that, because your Nightmare suddenly becomes 1 stronger. And you would think, like, oh, well, it's just 1 point of damage, it doesn't matter. There's been a lot of games where, like, 1 or 2 damage that was missed could have very easily won or cost you the game. Oh? Yeah, let's just get in and kill them off. Pop. See, just like that. That would have been 1 damage. If we didn't layer the swamp before, they actually would have been at 1 that turn, and gives you that extra chance for a comeback, because it's not as likely in some of the other card games like Hearthstone or something where you're usually just drawing action every turn, because you do have to draw your power sources, your mana to cost your cards. You sometimes just draw that, so it was a wasted turn depending upon how far it is in the game. But it also leans into a little more strategy. We got a Soul Hunter Rakshasa. They can't block, but when they enter the battlefield, if I cast it from my hand, so if you pull it from a graveyard or something, it deals 1 damage to target opponent for each swamp you control. So just comes into play and just bats somebody in the face for a bunch of damage. And this deck could be at least 5. Eternal Thirst, enchant creature, has lifelink, and whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. That is fantastic. Lifelink means, as you can see in the little tooltip, but every time you deal damage with that creature, you gain life equal to the amount of damage you dealt. And we have 2 more opponents. We have Jace Baleran, one of, well, a lot of people's favorite Planeswalker. He's the quote Mary Sue, I believe, of the Planeswalker stories nowadays in Magic the Gathering. So a lot of people really love him, and a lot of people really hate him. I guess he's kind of like Superman to a lot of people, where like some people just, oh, I really love that fantasy, and other people like, it's really boring. To each their own. But he's playing a 1/1 flying bird, so it flies. That means anything that doesn't also have flying cannot block this creature. However, the flying creature can block things that are also on the ground, unless it specifically says it can't. That's obnoxious. We will play the Cut Blade. No attacks. We will hold the Sworn Guardian at bay. Now you're just And that has an ability where creature spells that they cast with flying cost 1 less. So if it had a 1 or 2 or 3 symbol off by the island right there, it would cost 1 less. Very useful in that kind of deck. Go boom. You know what? Yes, I would like to do that. And I would like to discard the skeleton. Because I can just bring it back. No attacks. Cloudkin Seer. Oh, jeez. That's obnoxious. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. You know what? Yeah. We're gonna attack with him. See if we can get him to chain out a big old block. Huh. Or not at all. Interesting. We're gonna throw him down. And we're gonna kill one of your 2/1s. Making our creature get bigger. Obnoxious. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be a race. Now we're talking though. Okay, let's play that. Let's... Compound Fracture, get rid of one of your blockers. And let's... Eternal Thirst. Put it on him. Because we really need to get some life back. So we're gonna go attack, attack, attack. 3 attackers. I have 3, do I? No. Ugh. Your turn, target creature and opponent controls. Great. Great. That's freaking obnoxious. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna kill you. Just cause. Okay. Okay. Let's play you. Let's get rid of you. Get our guy a little bit bigger. That is not good, but it's 8. So bring him back. You know what? Play you. And we attack with both. It's gonna have to block the 5/5 with his 5/5. Getting rid of that problem. You can't go all out. Freaking swamp. It's fine, we can discard it to get our guy. We need to throw down both attackers. He's gonna have to block both. Okay, that was really obnoxious. Oh, And he got us. I don't know if we could have done anything better. I mean, we got our guy unsummoned when we had the great life gain, which was going to help us. There wasn't really much we could do. So, let's try it again. I apologize for that failure against basic stuff. But sometimes the luck of the draw isn't with you. Alright. Get this. The Typhoid Rat. Is this the same hand? It seems like the same play. Get you. Do you. You know what? Yes, I would like to attack. Sounds good. That'll make our Cold-Blade a little bit bigger. Okay. Can play that. Yeah, I'll attack. We are gonna play the Mardu again. Noxious. This looks very familiar. But I think we're in a little bit better position. Because we're gonna play you. And we're gonna play you so that we can finish you. Just make our guy bigger. Which is then gonna let us attack to not have any blockers that can kill it. Let Cloudkin Seer. Another Sworn Guardian. Okay. We're going to play our land. We're gonna kill you off. Actually, that was a mistake. We should have... You know what? We're going to put it on the archer, just because I'm sure he's going to draw that unsummon again. Make it not as tantalizing of a target. But he's now going to have to leave something in return. Yep. And he all-out attacked for ungodly reasons. But good for you, I suppose. We're going to cast that, which is going to buff up all our guys. Going to bring him back to our hand, and we attack this turn and win. Because he forgot that apparently I can attack with all my creatures. Interesting. I guess this one is just mostly designed to show you that sometimes you just need to race your opponent. Because that was clearly the same game. So these are not randomized battles, apparently. Get rid of some raised deads, because just when returning, we got a Demon of Loathing. Fantastic. Bad deal. You draw 2 cards, and each opponent discards 2 cards, and each player loses 2 life. Nifty. That is really expensive, though. And just another murder. Just kill a card. Or kill a creature. Very useful card. Well, gotta go do reward card style, and 1 uncommon and 2 common wild. So let us go ahead and finish off the Black Card Masters. Not quite Diogenes. Is this an actual opponent? It looks as such. Looks like we actually do a PvP match. Yeah, we'll keep him. Very quiet. Play our land. Play our land. I'm not entirely sure if this is a play or not, but it could be. Nope. No creature for you. Gonna play that. And we're gonna play our Savage Gorger. Very good card. It gets bigger if your opponent loses life, and it's a flyer, so it can just keep pinging in, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It's great. It's fantastic. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna play that. Gonna go next. We're gonna all-out attack, because he can't block our flyer. Theoretically. We're gonna throw down some Typhoid Rats. And we're gonna end our turn. And our guy gets a +1/+1 counter. So he is permanently bigger and bigger each time we get in and deal damage. So if he can't get a flyer, we're gonna, whenever War Leader attacks, create 2 tokens with lifelink that are tapped and attacking. Well, that sure is interesting. Yeah. That's also why we hold on to things like murder, because, no, you cannot keep that. Sure. Do I want to give up my rats for that? Not really. Boom. Go ahead and get in with the Gorger. Getting bigger. Still not 100% sure if this is a player or not. It is not. He saw the line and gave up. Excellent. Excellent. So, that was a real player. I think they just got annoyed of me killing all of their characters. And I would be very annoyed as well, so nothing wrong with scooping up. We got some cash to buy some cards with. We got some wild card commons that we can use these to be any card we want of a uncommon and common. Plus just a fancy card style for the Skeleton Archer, which is very fancy looking. You can see that kind of rotates around. Plus some experience. Claim our prize. So, yes, we have officially defeated the Black Challenge. Let's see. I think that was a quest. Yep. Banned cards. The following cards have been added to the standard banned list, which means we cannot play them. Omnoth. Memory Lapse. A whole bunch of historic cards, including Counterspell, Channel, Brainstorm, Agent of Treachery, Dark Rituals. Wow. Demonic Tutors, Field of the Dead, Fires of Invention. Whole lot of cards that just became problematic for the game, and by that it means mostly they were the only cards being played, or you either had to make a deck with those cards or a deck designed to beat those cards, which is unhealthy for the game. That's why they are banned. And the Innistrad Crimson Vow is now available. It's the newest set. I believe it came out just a little while ago. Good stuff. It deals with vampires and marriages and stuff. Very gothic-y and the likes. So.
Ooh, more quests. You'll get another one every day.
Yes, that is our friggin'
There's extra rewards for daily
Soul
and
Wisp Navigator that's supposed to be dealing with the story.
Golly, there's just so much to look forward to.
But yes, we have completed one of our quests. We need to get some XP to get level up, and they'll give us free packs. But other than that, that is the basics of Magic the Gathering. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I am willing to help or explain things if I didn't explain it too clearly. I haven't played too much in the past couple years. I kind of do cycles of getting back into it, getting out of it, getting back into it. but I have a general idea of most of the rule concepts. I'm sure there are some niche situations where I'm like, I don't know. But I'm more than happy to share knowledge of an old game with anybody that wants to know. But we'll take on more challenges when I see you all again in the next adventure. Bye for now.